In physics, the principle of least action states that a system will always follow the path of minimal effort, or rather, minimal action. Any deviation from this path, represented mathematically by eta, will not affect the true path if the deviation is small enough. In other words, first-order deviations correct themselves naturally. The system self-regulates and returns to its efficient course. This is the physical mirror of the spiritual present moment, the void, the now, where course correction is constant and gentle. In theology, particularly from St. Augustine's perspective, we find this concept in first and second order desires. A first order desire is simply, I want to smoke. And a second order desire reflects higher awareness. I want to not want to smoke. These second order desires are moral or spiritual self corrections, the part of the soul that sees the imbalance and wants to realign with truth. This is the internal spiritual calculus of the human condition. Now, if we view the soul's journey as a parabolic path, we can see how a small misalignment, whether physical, emotional, or moral, will naturally be drawn back towards the center. But if the deviation is great enough, if the movement away from the true path is second order or beyond, the larger the correction that is necessary. The soul may dip, but it must also rise again. This isn't a punishment, it is simply universal course correction. This is where we understand the concept of sin, not as shame, but as the original translation of missing the mark. Sin is excessive movement away from center. It's overaction, driven by unintegrated pieces of the subconscious. When internal pain or unmet needs are unacknowledged, we seek external stimulation, food, lust, overconsumption, not out of evil, but as a coping mechanism for imbalance. Sin then is simply excessive energy reacting to unresolved internal friction. So when we think about sin or desire and branching timelines, what we're really seeing is a living field of source correction, of self correction. The soul, like a particle in space, may move off path, but if awareness is present, the deviation will collapse back into alignment. Only when the misalignment becomes great enough does a new timeline branch off, a larger route perhaps, but still within the divine pattern. Even in excess, even in sin, the soul is never lost. It's simply finding another way home. I hope you found this interesting. Leave a like if you liked it. Be sure to check out my profile, and I'll see you in the next video.